Hi, this is a walkthrough video of the appointment tracker with dashboard. Please note that the colors, designs, and fonts may change as we update and improve our templates, but the core functionality of this spreadsheet will remain the same. The purpose of this spreadsheet is to help you track, manage, and analyze your appointments effortlessly. Whether you're a salon owner, a service provider, or a consultant, this template will keep all of your bookings, clients, and revenue details organized in one place. This spreadsheet has 7 tabs, each serving a specific function to help you manage your appointments and your business efficiently. How to use the appointment tracker. So this is your dashboard. This is your main overview where you'll see the key appointments metrics at a glance. This dashboard updates automatically based on the data that you enter in the other tabs. You will see data such as the total revenue breakdown, the appointments, services statistics. Here on the side, you have a navigation menu to bring you to the other tabs of this spreadsheet. I'll come back to the dashboard after I show you everything that goes in the spreadsheet. So the first thing that you're going to set up is your services and your pricing list. Now here you have 5 categories. This is customizable. You can change the names over here. You can add up to 5. Please don't add any columns over here because it will mess up the formulas that we have throughout the spreadsheet. But everything in here can be deleted, customized, the prices can be changed, so can the images. If you want to change those images, you can go to Insert, Image in Cell, and then you can insert your own images for your services right here. Just make sure you have a complete list of the services that you offered along with the pricing, because when you're booking an appointment in the appointment tracker, when you select a service, it will autofill its price from this tab. Next, you are going to set up your technician record. If you have multiple service providers in your business, this tab will help you keep track of each technician's bookings and things like their contact details, their birthday, their experience level, their hire date, notes. And here I left 3 extra columns for you if you want to add any other information regarding your employees. Here you can see how many appointments this technician has had, and this is based on the appointment tracker tab. Here you have the payment type. Do they get paid an hourly rate, commission, booth rental, salary, tips, and you can select multiple options from this drop down. And then here, any notes that you want to add. You can add up to 10 technicians in here, and you will see that each of them was assigned a color. And this color for this technician will be shown on the calendar view. When you go to the calendar view, this tab is updated automatically. All you have to do here is select the week that you want to be displayed. This displays 1 week at a time. If you want to change the month over here, all you have to do is enter the first day of the month that you want to display. For example, if you're entering December 1st, 2024, you're going to enter 12/1/2024. And then this will change it to this, and then here it's showing nothing because you had no appointments in December. Each technician has their own colors, so you can see in the calendar which ones are scheduled. If you happen to have multiple service providers, their appointments in here might overlap. So then I added this section over here. You can select which tech you want to view their appointments. Let's say that Lila has overlapping appointments with Nora. You can just unselect everybody. When you unselect everybody, nothing will be shown, and then you can select only the specific technician so you can see what appointments they have and when they're happening. This is the name of the client, and this is the name of the technician. If you want to see a different week in February, just take over here and then select this week over here. Again, there's nothing in my appointment tracker, that's why nothing is showing up. So this one, I have one over here. And again, remember, we're just showing Lila. If I select everybody, I have more to display over here. Here, you can select when your day starts. If your day starts at 6 a.m., you can change over here. And now you can see that all the calendar is going to show the appointments that you have earlier. If your day, you can see here, this day is starting at 8 a.m. So then you can go ahead and leave it at 8, and then the first appointment will show up here. So if you want to show Sunday start, you can go over here. You can see that there's some appointments here on Sunday. Next, you have your client records. This tab stores the details about your clients, their name, their contact information, and the history of services. You can use this to track the loyal customers and their preferences. I even added a client status if they are active, if they have churned and they're no longer a client for you, or if they are a VIP. You can flag those that use your service the most as a VIP, or if they need any kind of special treatment. Here you're going to enter all their information, if they have any allergies, client since, so you're going to put the first date when they became a client, and here's going to give the total time that they have been a client. Over here to the right, you will see their appointment history. And if you want to freeze this to see their names, you can just, you see over here, when I'm hovering over, there's a little hand. Just grab this and then click drag to the side so you can freeze this first, their name. So you can move over here and you can see their appointment history. So you can see here that Emily, she had scheduled 3 appointments. She completed 3. She didn't miss anything. This person, Emma, missed 3 appointments. So this is how you're gonna see which clients to give priority, which clients usually cancel their appointments or they miss the appointments. Here you can see their lifetime spending. If you want to have a loyalty program, as they spend X amount on the business, then you can reward them. Here shows the outstanding balance. If they have not paid their services, then it will show over here. In here, again, extra columns, you can add whatever you want. And then last but not least over here, anytime your client churns, you're no longer working with this client for whatever reason, this person is going to be highlighted in red, which means they are no longer active. Next, we finally have the appointment tracker. This is where you're going to log all of the appointments. And then each row represents a new appointment. And it will include the client's name, the service, the date, the technician that they're seeing, and all of their payment information. Be sure to fill this in daily to keep your records accurate. Let's say you're scheduling an appointment today. This calendar comes very handy for you to see what is available and what is not. Just make sure, again, that you have at least the technician that you are going to be booking, at least that technician is selected. You're going to enter the start time. This is the appointment time. So there's a start and an end. So this appointment is going to be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then this here is going to give you the duration. The appointment is 1 hour. Then from the client name, you're going to select from the drop down. This drop down is going to be based on your client records. To schedule an appointment for your client, they have to be in your client records tab. So then we'll select this person right here, and then here you're going to select the services. Now everything that we had, all of the services that we have in the pricing list, this is where they're going to show. And you can select multiple. Let's say Isabella wants a basic manicure and she wants French manicure. And now you can see here the subtotal is already added. Everything that she owes will be showing over here. Here is if she wants any color beforehand. Here the shape, she usually does round, for example. Here you're going to have your technician. This drop down will be filled from the technician records. So make sure that your technician is recorded properly in that tab. She's going to be seeing Alice. And then here, this is the check-in. Everything that you've done for your appointment scheduling ends over here. Let's say the day arrived, and let's freeze this over here so we can see the client name. Let's say Isabella arrived and she wants to check in. So you can double click over here. She's checking in today and it is 10 a.m. So she's checked in, and then this is her total. So she went in, she did her nails, and then she's done, and then she tipped $10, for example. This is the total that she owes, and you can select which way she's going to pay. She's going to say she's going to pay cash. You can select multiple here if she selected PayPal or cash and credit card. And here you are going to mark that she paid. Side note, before she checked in, you can mark over here if she is scheduled. And if you do a call before the appointment and to confirm that she is actually going to show, you can go ahead and mark her as confirmed. If she had the service but hasn't paid yet, you can mark her as unpaid. If she paid, she's going to be paid, and this is going to be green. If she cancel, this is going to highlight in red. If she was a no-show, this will also highlight red. The difference between cancel and no-show, the cancel one, she called beforehand and she let you know that she wouldn't be able to make the appointment. The no-show is she never showed up. And this is where it's going to show on the client records if they missed the appointment over here. So Isabella, now it shows that she missed an appointment. Then here you can enter satisfaction if you do run any sort of feedback collection. You can just do over here. That's optional. And then any notes that you might want to enter over here. And this is it for the appointments tracker. And last but not least, we have the dashboard. So the dashboard is going to give you a business overview. How many appointments you had this week, and how many appointments you had this week. Isabella is not showing this week because she was a no-show. This is not going to show the cancel. It's not going to show the no-shows. Only the ones that have been paid or confirmed. This is the total staff that you currently have active. These are the total clients that you have active, the services that you have available, the total of appointments that you had. This is in general all time from the appointment tracker. Every appointment ever recorded in here is going to show over here. And average client satisfaction, if you do collect that. Here you have the total revenue, actual revenue, forecasting. This is the average total income for per weekday. And here you can also select per month. Then you can see here, January, February, this was your highest day, for example. And then here for the total, you can do either subtotal, that's before tips, or you can see just the tips, how much tips received, or you can also see the total. We just have February in this tracker, that's why it's not showing the other months. So as you book more appointments in the other month, this is going to be showing your total revenue. This here is today's schedule quick view. So you can see all the appointments that you have over here. It's not going to break down by technician. This is just an overview. So if you do happen to have 2 appointments at 10, only one's going to be showing. You have your whole other calendar with all full functionality. So this is just a quick view to see, that is going to have people in your salon at this time. And then here's just a little calendar, and it's going to highlight today's date. Here are the appointments breakdown. You can see here that 24 showed up and 3 were a no-show or canceled. Here you have a list of your VIP clients. So it says 71% of your active clients are VIP, and it will show their names over here. In here you select a service. So let's select this basic manicure. So 80% of your revenue was from the basic manicure. This is the price, total revenue, how many people, appointments use the service, and then the performance. Here you have the top 5 contributors for the total revenue. You can see here that the biggest one is basic manicure. Then you have this service, and then this service, this service, and this service. So you get the top 5 over here. Here you have a technician card. If you want information on Lila, you can go over here, contact information, her email, her birthday, all that information, how many appointments did she have. Here you have a client card. So if you want to know about which one we just scheduled, Isabella. So Isabella is a VIP. She's a customer since this is the total time that she's been with us. This is the service that she uses the most. Her favorite technicians. This is the one that she booked most services with. This is Isabella's lifetime spending, how many visits she had scheduled, how many services she had done. Here is the contact information for Isabella, the breakdown of her visits. She completed 3, canceled, missed, and open. And then here is your appointment distribution per weekday. So here you can see that 22% of your business appointments happen on Fridays. Here you can see your most regular client, and this right now happens to be Isabella. She accounts for 70% of the total appointments. Now, last but not least, you have the open invoices in here. Right now, there is no open invoices. Everybody paid what they had to pay. And that is it for the appointment tracker. With this spreadsheet, you now have a complete system for managing, tracking, and analyzing your appointments, clients, and revenue. And hopefully by using this tool consistently, you will save time, reduce scheduling mistakes, and improve client management, all while keeping your business organized and running smoothly.